What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of 11 Hip Hop Miami. This is season 6, episode 19. How many episodes do we have, y'all? The episode is titled Secret Agenda. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so we start this episode off outside of the commotion that happened at this family, what's it called? Family affair, family love, video release, whatever. MJ, he trying to see what type of time Alan is on because this is the first time that they've seen each other in a while. And basically he feel disrespected because, number one, he don't even rock with Alan like that. Alan took his girl. And how you walking into our little function and you weren't invited? Shay, she's upset. She gets to the point where she leaves with her man. And we see Alan come outside. No, first we saw Amara come outside. Amara come outside. You can already tell she's distraught. And MJ just trying to check on her. She don't want him to check on her. I feel like the only reason why she didn't want him to check on her was because Alan was there. Because y'all know, usually Amara is an attention seeker. And she want all eyes on her at all times. But because Alan is there, she still wants to be with that man. She trying to prove that she gonna ride out with that man. Now, speaking of Amara, in her confessional, she says that she basically poured her heart out to this man and he gave her nothing. Girl, he's been giving you nothing since you got with him. What's crazy to me is that Amara is so hung up on the fact that she don't want more than one baby daddy and she only want pretty kids with Alan. And that's bothering me a lot because at the end of the day, Amara, this man don't even really help you with your kids. Why would you even want more kids with him? Why would you want to be with him? You out here pouring your heart out for what? Like, I'm sorry. There is no way that I can have kids with somebody and I know that they're not an active parent and I want to be with them. I'm sorry. His priorities ain't where they supposed to be. Also, at the same time, if y'all do get back together, he's still not going to do anything for the girls. He's not. So Alan ends up coming outside and him and MJ talk. Well, the security guards are already there, okay, just in case things pop off. And Alan come out swinging. He's like, you need to go focus on yourself. Stop trying to worry about Amara because at the end of the day, Amara is not even looking your way. She ain't checking for you. And here's the thing. At this point, Amara is like, let's go home because we have our kids. I said, girl, you trying to, convince yourself that you and him are a team. Y'all are not a team. In this moment, Alan is basically doing the whole nanny boo boo. I got Amara. You can't have her. That's what he's doing to MJ. Even though in real life, he don't even want you. Like, be so for real about yourself, Amara. This is a whole power play, or should I say a ego trip. That's what this is. This is an ego trip with these men. Okay? I'm not understanding how you're not offended at the fact that this man is trying to tell another guy he can never have you, yet he don't want you. I'm sorry, Alan is the type of person that nobody else can have you, but I'm going to keep you on a string, okay? I'm never really going to be with you, but nobody else can have you. Girl, get away from that man. So MJ and Alan, they get to the point where they're arguing and they about to tussle. Of course, security pulls them away. And Amara, she sitting there, Bobby outside, and Tip, right? They like, girl, what is going on? Like, why is all of this happening? I know you don't still want him. And she's like, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on because my mom told him that I was with MJ and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Amara, so what you about to do? Go home and go check your mama? Because you mad that she told your ex where you were? Girl, it's still not going to change the circumstance. He don't want to be with you for real. Nonetheless, Bobby says, you know what? Y'all need a vacation. We should go take a trip. Y'all already know he's trying to pose this trip as if it's his, but really it's Gael's. Let's go ahead and move on. All right, so now we move on to Shay. She's meeting up with Mike, and they just basically talk about what happened the night before. She apologized for getting all rowdy and how embarrassing that was. And for him, he's like, I don't know what the situation was, but I just happened to notice that you were arguing with a guy, and I just want you to know that you're always going to be protected. And I'm like, okay, all right, Mike, because baby Mike was unbuttoning that button-down shirt. He was about ready to throw hands on Alan, okay? All right, so Shay ends up giving Mike the rundown on the whole situation of how Amara is her homegirl. She got with her brother. Next thing you know, she was dating Alan. Alan is a bum. You know, all the important facts. So the conversation actually transitions from Amara and her drama to what was that conversation like between Mike and her mom. And, he was like, she asks a lot of questions. She just wants to protect her daughter. And at the end of the day, I really want to do something nice for y'all. I want to send y'all to the spa. I'm like, listen, Mike is saying all the right things, okay? He's a protector. He really proven he a provider. Shay, let's not mess this up, okay? Because this is a total different guy than Fabo. So next thing you know, the food come out, right? Baby, he already ordered. Baby, he's a big boy. So he got a full spread, okay? I mean, he got the shrimp, all the crab legs, all the corn, all the sausage, the whole shebang for the crab boil, okay? But she's like, oh, yeah, about this. I have the Healthy Hand brand and I can't eat this stuff. Can we just leave this here? And he's like, yeah, for sure. Like, that's not a problem. To me, it's giving Shay would have ate that food had she not been filming this show. If they were just on a date and this wasn't on TV, she would have ate that food. But I'm gonna let her cook. All right, now here goes things taking a left turn again, y'all. So basically, he's trying to tell Shay, like, listen, I really like you, want to get to know you better, but I feel like your ex has been brought up multiple times, and for us to really build something, we gonna have to kick the ex to the side, okay? Her whole point is, well, I'm not just gonna put my child's father to the side. Girl, you just gave a whole yelling match to Fabo and Marcus about how you gonna find somebody else to be your child's father because Fabo don't do nothing for your daughter. You said that. So I'm not understanding why you're still trying to cling on to Fabo in some way, shape, or form. Also, on top of that, I get it. You feel like he's only talked to you about this. But listen, he had a whole conversation with your mama, and your mama brought up how Fabo was controlling and how you need this type of man and that type of man because Fabo did this, that, and another. I feel like his feelings are valid. Like, and I get it. She's like, I don't want to make a promise and say that I'm going to stop doing something. But it sounds like you're not even going to try to make the effort to. Like, I don't understand why she's saying that he's asking for her to kind of like relax on talking about her ex too soon. That's not his fault that you decided to dump Fabo on Friday and then go on a date with him by next Tuesday. That's not his fault. That was on you, boo. You should have went on ahead and got you a clear mind, a clear head, and a clear heart and took some time to yourself. Go love on Shay. But no, you went out and you started dating. And I can't lie, if by the third time that I'm with you, you bringing up your ex yet again, I don't want to hear about him all the time. Like, I need for Shay to realize that you are more than your trauma. Okay, yes, your child's father put you through a lot. We all know. But what else does Shay have going on? But you know what? Let's go ahead and move on. I feel like Shay is just trying to find a reason to not like a nice guy. Moving on, we see Amara. So Amara is basically in her feelings because she poured her heart out to Alan and got nothing in return. Now, her mom comes in. She updates her mom on what happened the night before. And of course, she low-key coming at her mama like, you told him that I was with Alan. And it's like, you told him I was with MJ. And it's like, girl, cool off, okay? Your mama is the only one who got some sense around here, okay? Because I can tell you who ain't got no sense. You, Alan, or his mama. Now, this is what I don't like, is where Amara basically tells her mother that she poured her heart out to this man and basically said, I love you for being my child's mother, but that's where it stops, okay? That is where the love stops. And I guess it's a hard pill for her to swallow. But her mom is trying to tell her, like, girl, that man don't even deserve you, okay? Trying to, encourage her daughter for it to then flip on her. And I'm like, Amara, you wrong. Basically, Amara is saying that, she's in love with Alan. And her mom's like, nah, that's some dependency, okay? You gonna have to let that go. And she's like, no, this is being in love. And at the end of the day, I'm not trying to end up like you. I'm sorry, excuse me? Like, what frustrates me about people who do things like this to their mothers is that you don't, again, know the full story because you were a child in the situation, okay? We saw when your daddy came back, the only reason why he even came back to rock with you was because at this point you had a little bit of fame and because he got sick and he wanted you to financially take care of him, okay? We don't know what other type of drama and BS he put your mama through because he was not there to raise you. So the fact that you're like, oh, I don't want to end up like you. Oh, you're too good to be a single mother. Girl, you was going to be a single mother from the beginning because you decided to date a man who had a whole family, who had a wife, okay? Like, I'm trying to rock with you, Amara, but no, not in this situation. And for you to kind of throw that in your mama's face, I'm not rocking with that. Because what's crazy to me in this whole situation is that you don't want to end up like your mama just being a single mother. So you would rather go chase this man down because, again, he's still not really active in your daughter's life like that. How does that make sense? Because you sitting up here so busy trying to chase a man and your daughters are not the priority. Let's call a thing a thing here. So it's giving in this situation that Amara had them babies not because, she truly wanted to be a mom. It's giving you had those girls so that way it's a reason for Alan to want you. And then Amara is going on and on about how Alan, he wins her over and how, whenever he comes in town, he does all these things. And it's like, girl, you can absolutely shut him down. You choose not to. Stop playing. Baby, Amara needs to listen to her mama, okay? Because like her mama said, you talking about it's whatever he wants. But girl, you the one who always available. You need to go do some self-reflection, get your mind right, get yourself together, and choose another man because Alan ain't the one. Okay? Moving on. Alright, so we see Shay and her mom. They are doing this spa day that Mike Nasty set up. And basically, Shay wants to rehash with her mom what happened at their little event between MJ herself as well as Alan. And of course, she goes in on Alan about his receding hairline and all of those things. All right, cool. Now, moving on from there, they talk about Mike Nasty. Now, Sandra wants Shay to give Mike Nasty a chance, okay? He want to go to church with them and all. However, Shay is like, on my last date with him, he was asking about Fabo and if I'm going to get back with him. And I'm like, girl, that's a valid question. Like, are you trying to circle the block to be with your ex, or do we actually have a chance at building something here? Like, I feel like that was valid. And then Sandra had to tell her, like, girl, he's just trying to make sure that you are in the right headspace. Are you trying to get back with your baby daddy or what? Sandra asked the right question. Why are you looking for a way out? Why are you looking for a way to circle back with Fabo? You need to move on, girl. Let Fabo be where he is, and you need to focus on how you can be a better Shay. And if that includes a new man, baby, take the new man, okay? Let's go ahead and move on. All right, let's go ahead and talk about some randomness, okay? Zoe Briggs is doing a photo shoot for her cosmetic line. Girl, you can't even get the rap career popping. Why are we doing a cosmetic line? Also, this season, why is everybody launching a line of something? Okay, we done had hair oil. We done had lashes. Now we got lip product. Ugh. Y'all gotta find another hustle. Then it gets even more random. Why is Hot Topic walking in? Zoe and Hot Topic ain't friends. What is going on? So basically they talk about how Zoe is now trying to cool off on the music, okay? She dropped a project. It didn't really go as big as she thought it was. And at the end of the day, the music industry isn't what she thought it would be. So now she's doing this makeup line, okay? According to her pre-sales were really good. So this is where she at. Hot Topic is confused because she's like, girl, I thought you was a rapper. Like, that is where your passion was. But I think that at this point, Zoe has lost her passion. She said that she's been rapping since 2015 and it's 2025. So that's 10 years. I can understand her frustration for sure. Then on top of that, she was cool with Ching Diamond and now, they done fell out. Now, one thing that I will say is that Hot Topic love her some mess, okay? Because she's like, girl, tell me what happened with you and Ching. Girl, what? I'm like, you are just eating up this gossip. So Zoe gives her the rundown how her and Ching fell out or whatever. And according to Hot Topic, I don't know who she been talking to, but according to her, Ching was never Zoe's friend, and she is coming for Zoe's spot. I don't know what that means because Zoe don't really have a spot. Does she mean that she's coming for Zoe's spot on this show? Because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because it's not like the rap career is popping. And at this point, Zoe gotta feel some type of way because she's like, I'm from Miami and all the people who are considered like the OGs and stuff, now they're rocking with her. They not rocking with me. For example, Trick, he had Ching on his platform and Zoe's like, I'm from Miami. Why haven't I worked with him? It's just like, Zoe, it's okay. Just maybe this might be better for you. Maybe the beauty industry may be better for you because honestly, it did not matter how good Zoe rapped. I feel like people never took her serious because she doesn't have the sex appeal like what all the girls have right now. So then Zoe opens up her big mouth and tells Hot Topic about the trip or whatever. So now she's like, why everybody going and I'm not invited? Because you're not friends with Bobby, remember? Like, are you stupid or are you dumb? We already know Hot Topic must gonna pop up just to stir up some mess. Let's move on. In the next scene, we see Pinky Doll. She is in the booth talking about some write it like a cowgirl. Girl, shut up. Shut up now. We're not buying the music. She ends up meeting up with Miami Tip, right? So basically, Pinky tells Miami Tip that Timbaland wants to work with her, right? And Miami Tip is like, listen, producers tell people stuff all the time. That doesn't mean that it's true. I hope that it happens for you, but don't get your hopes up. Also, at the same time, girl, the way you just acted, please don't act like that in front of Timbaland because you was wilding. Pinky Doll takes no accountability because she feels like Amara was coming at her. Like, girl, stop trying to rewrite history, okay? You got on this show to start mess. We can see it clearly. And for some reason, you think that you're going to be the queen bee on this show, and baby, it's just not going to happen for you. Now, Tip, she does take the big sister approach and tries to tell this girl about herself. Like, girl, listen, you're not going to make it in Miami if you keep stepping on everybody's toes, okay? Also, on top of that, like, you're new here. That don't mean you gonna always stick around. Now, Pinky Doll catches a little attitude and is like, why you trying to check me? And it's like, girl, because you are in the wrong. That's why. So now, Tip has invited this girl to the trip as well. Okay, it's gonna be officially be a full cast trip, okay? Everybody sound like they coming. Moving on, we see Ching Diamond and her raggedy boyfriend. All right, so first things first, what's crazy to me is that they talk about Zoe, right? And the way Ching is talking about her, I'm like, you got your nerve, okay? I get it, y'all not friends no more, but please stop playing. The audacity of you to be like, Zoe has a song called Dunkin', like Dunkin' Donuts, as if you are not the girl who was rapping into a loaf of bread. Girl, you also surround your content, because remember y'all went to Sundays, y'all had that full spread of food. Yeah, you surround your content around food. You are rapping into food items. So why are you over here trying to diss Zoe for having a song about Dunkin' Donuts? Please stop. So at this point, the boyfriend don't want to talk about Zoe. He want to talk about them, and he feeling some type of way about her mama. Okay, he don't like the fact that Zoe will call her mom when they get into it, and then the mom's mad at him. However, Zoe is like, well, I call my mom, and it's not my fault that like we get back together. And he's like, okay, but this is not a situation where you need to call your mama, because at the end of the day, we're the ones in a relationship. And I get what he's saying. I do. Because I get it. Y'all two are in a relationship. But at the end of the day, you keep hurting this girl, breaking her heart every chance you get. So, of course, she's going to go to her mom and cry to be like, yeah, mom, he did it again. Like, you know what I'm saying? How about you do better? And then maybe she won't have to call her mama. How about that? All right, so this man says that he got some good news, right? He says that he has the opportunity to get a job where his mom lives in Arizona. Now she feeling some type of way, like, oh my gosh, why you gotta be all the way in Arizona? Is it because you trying to see some other women? And it's like, girl, you and your mama did say he need to get a job, and he don't work, so maybe this is better for him. Maybe this is better for you, actually. So that way you can focus on finishing this little music project that you try to do, and you can go back to your child. Because remember, you have a child, Ching Diamond, the one child that you keep pushing over to your mother. Oh, but baby, did she have a surprise for me? Because she goes on to be mad that this man got a job, okay? She's like, well, I'm here and I'm in Miami, like, what would you actually be trying to do? Because it's not like I want you to go back into the streets. Okay, you don't want him to go back into the streets. He found a job. Okay? The last time I checked, you're not supposed to permanently be in Miami either. So what are we doing here? Because it's crazy to me how you went so hard on Zoe about her and her man, and how her man ain't got no job, and how all he do is basically, cater to what Zoe got going on. But that's really what you want, baby girl. What you want is for him to be there up under you and probably not work, if we want to be honest, because you just want your man. Then she decides to come out swinging. And it's like, what would you be doing if I was here in Miami and pregnant? He like, wait, pregnant? What are you talking about? Come to find out, y'all, this girl's pregnant. I'm done. Like, get her out of here. I'm done. Because now this is about to be baby number 2 that you gonna go push on your mama. I already know. So at this point, she's pissed off at him. He feeling away because he's like, this is what you asked me to do and I did it. Just a mess, okay? This is just a mess. We gonna go ahead and move on. Y'all, we got to talk about Timbaland, okay? He actually showed up. And when I tell you, I'm just giving him a side eye right now, because let's call a thing here. He over here telling this girl she got the total package, she got star power, all the things. And I'm just like, Timbaland, I need for you to be so for real about yourself right now. You have worked with some talented, very talented people. However, I feel like the only reason why you are saying this to Pinky Doll is because you find her attractive. Because nothing about her is giving talent, okay? Like, there are some producers, especially like Timbaland, who has a great catalog of music, okay? Worked with some amazing people. But what you're not about to do is play it all of our face and make it seem like Pinky Doll is about to be the next big thing to blow up, okay? Like, dude, you've worked with Aaliyah, Tweet, Nelly Furtado, Carrie Hilson, Brandy. Like, my list can go on and on of the actual talented people that you've worked with for you to come play in our face to say that Pinky Doll is up next. Child, moving on. Because then she decides to play a song and she could have kept that. I'm sorry, the song was whack. He compared it to Gangnam Style. I said exactly. Which means that she may have one song go viral and then we will never hear from her again. We got Pinky Doll over here crying on the couch because she said that she wanted her sister to support her, but her sister was like, "Nah, you stole my dream because now you want to do the music thing." And she's like, "My sister, she wanted to do music since she was 5 years old." Well, girl, you did steal her dream. Let's be clear. Because you could have absolutely been Pinky Doll, the content creator. That don't mean you gotta do music just because you're a content creator. But I feel like because everyone has seen the rise and the come up of like Cardi B or even like a Sexy Red or a Glorilla, that they think that it's easy. Oh, let's go ahead and break into the music industry. But according to Timbaland, he got her back. Bye, Timbaland. Alright, so we end this episode with the confrontation of Zoe and Shing Diamond, okay? Shing is waiting on the inside of the restaurant. Zoe picks up the phone and calls her and says, "You know what? I don't feel like yelling in the people establishment, so we need to go ahead and meet outside, okay?" Alright, so basically Zoe asks her, like, "Listen, if you didn't really like me or whatever, you wasn't really trying to be my friend, like, what was the whole point of us kicking it, okay?" Ching is like, "Where did you even get this information from?" Zoe doesn't say where. She's just like, "Yeah, but you said it." According to Ching, she's like, "I helped you get 1 million followers. I did this, that, another, blah, blah, blah." Still didn't answer the question. Alright, so the girls are going back and forth, okay? Because Ching feels like she has helped Zoe in all aspects of her career, okay? Baby, let Ching tell it. Zoe would be nothing without her, okay? But Zoe, she's like, "Girl, you doing a lot. At the end of the day, you're from Nebraska and I'm from Miami. I'm sorry, Zoe, but that was irrelevant because old girl did bring up a good point. Like, you couldn't even get on Trick Daddy's show. I'm working with producers in Miami. I'm able to do things that you're not able to." Alright, so now it makes more sense to me as to why Ching brought up the Dunkin' Donuts thing. It's because Zoe actually copied this from her. She was saying it to a donut. So then Zoe starts saying it to a donut. I'm like, I want both of y'all heifers to not sing it to donuts. How about that? Oh, well. The truth about Miss Shane definitely came out because as they're arguing, she's like, "I'm here to replace you. You're done." I'm like, well, I guess Hot Topic was telling the truth. This girl was absolutely trying to replace Zoe. Now, it gets to the point where Zoe basically told this girl to come outside. Ching finally come outside. She come wobbling, bobbling. I'm just like, I need for both of y'all to cut it out. Because first of all, Zoe, why did you say, "I want to show you this dance, this knock-knee dance"? And I'm just like, Zoe, that was a bit lame. Like, just say you want to fight her. Like, what's going on? Then you guys, Ching, she threw something at Zoe. What it was, maybe a shoe or something. They out here in the middle of the street. This is like a big street. Who does this? Who's yelling across a big street like this? Security is there, of course. Also, while they are arguing, I'm trying to figure out why, instead of getting in the car, Zoe bent over to twerk. I said, "Girl, what are you doing?" Like, the girls nowadays, it's so strange. How you be arguing with somebody about to fight and then y'all start twerking? Like, that never makes any sense to me. Nonetheless, you got Shing telling Zoe to get her speed up. I just want both of them to let this go, okay? Y'all try to be friends or y'all try to use each other, basically, to gain something, okay? I don't know if it was Zoe trying to gain, some popularity because Ching was kind of coming up and people were paying attention to her. And then you have Ching, she was trying to use Zoe for connections in Miami. Y'all was using each other. Let's call a thing here. And that was how the episode ended. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.